So I'm going to go ahead and get started and resume now with World 3. Things are going to look a little bit different now because Worlds 1 and 2 are pretty much all new from in 102 as opposed to any percent. Whereas in Worlds 3, 4, and 5, that's kind of when the game starts to, you know, kind of realign back with the any percent run. So the way I'm going to handle this will be a little bit different. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on the movement throughout parts that are covered in any percent. So I'll leave that to my any percent video, to Canis's any percent tutorial, or if someone else wants to do a really in-depth 102 tutorial at some point, they could cover that kind of stuff too. But what I'm going to focus on from now on is just like the key differences. So this may move a little bit faster than the other video did, or it may still be the same. My plan is for this to cover Worlds 3 and 4, but if for some reason I move really quickly through that, I'll go a little further. But anyways, here we go. 3-1. So first thing I want to do is switch to Diddy, because you will have, if you were lucky, finished the last stage with Dixie. So the beginning is pretty much exactly the same in 102. You don't do that. You face this way to a slide. This part is deceptively tricky. But right about here is where it gets a little different. There's a couple ways to do this. You can do what I just did right there. This is the easy way. Just blast through everything. Now, instead of bailing out of Ramby, like what you would do in any percent here is that, you would ditch Ramby right before the sign as low as possible so you don't get the animation. But in 102, you need the DK coins. On that note, something I forgot to mention in the last video, I am collecting all the DK coins. They do not actually give percentage points. But by convention, we just collect them all. It's the completion category, so it's something really satisfying. I've seeing that 40 DK coins there with the 102%. So just kind of the rules of the category. But anyway, you can grab this DK coin. You jump over. This guy's going to throw 3 barrels. Then you follow him over. You've cleared these guys out, so it's really safe. He's going to toss the bucket. You can do this. Grab the cannonball. Now you can jump in the bonus over here. Again, this is the easy way to do this part and what I would recommend for beginners. I will show a slightly advanced strat, and then I'll show the best strat. So these other strats, you want to jump right here. You want to leave those 3 rats alive. That's very important. So if you jump kind of right when they show up on the screen, I'll show it a couple more times. That's where you'll leave them alive. So there you go. What we're going to try to do now is right there. You may remember from World 2-1, I showed how if you grab the chest at the moment that that you grab it, it's like hitboxes within an enemy, the ball stays down. We're going to try to do that. So we're going to try to bait those rats to get that set up. There's 2 different ways to do this. There's kind of an easier way and a harder way. I mostly only know the harder way at this point, so we'll see if I can remember the easier way. But what I like to do is set up a save state here. So this is 1, 2, and the easier way is wait here until he's just off the screen, and then kind of follow him through, jump on the first 2 rats, and kind of walk a little bit. That's it. Yeah, that's basically how you do it. So you're going to be facing left, and as soon as that 3rd one goes, get ready, watch him go. Start running as soon as he's off the screen. Jump, try to hit the first 2 rats. That's a little bit tricky. I'll see if I can show that a couple more times, because you have to do it in both cases. So there he goes. For some reason the 3rd barrel despawned. So I land right here, do a full jump, and try to land on both of them at the same time. Now you'll notice the rat didn't come. If you run too far, too fast, the rat will despawn. So you don't want to do that. I'll pause a couple more times here. Jump here. I land right here, kind of with that post. I'm still holding Y and left. Full jump. We'll get both rats. So it's pretty... Once you get it, the feel of this down, it's pretty easy. I do like a little roll sometimes. And then you just kind of walk. If you just walk instead of run, you can time the rat such that you grab him. You grab the chest right when the rat's there. So a little bit faster. What this saves you is the time for the jump up to that guy. I'll show the... So I'm walking. Keep him on the screen. Like, it saves you that jump right there, which you would normally do with the chest. So a little bit faster. So again, let that one go. Let him pass the screen. As soon as he touches the edge, go for it. Walk. Grab the rat. Don't need to do that. I don't know why I did it. And then go on the bonus. I'll show the faster version, but I'm not going to go into the details because it's pretty tricky. So this is like the intermediate version of the strat. You just do this. Faster version looks like this. Here we actually run right before the barrel. And I walk a little bit further, keeping this guy on the screen. And you can actually bait him to drop the chest right there below you. So the difference there is, I'll show again from here. Yep, more teaching, Red. What's up, buddy? 2, 3. Oops. My timing might have been a little, yeah, my timing was a little off there. So it's helpful to have the screen scrolled this way. Huge news. Hold the phone. Don't do that. So if you jump a little bit too far, that can happen. Definitely something to be careful of. You did 3 streams. Well, congratulations, man. Welcome to the club. So we're walking. So the difference is that when you get the chest, this strat, you grab the ball here. The other strat, you grab it about here. So that's faster. Oh, I meant to save, not load. We'll try again. See if I can do the faster version. Probably a bad idea. So here you have to like really try hard to keep him on the screen. And if you don't jump high enough, you won't bait him to drop the chest. So that's why it's advanced. It's really easy to mess up and lose time. Anyway, this bonus, grab the ball, throw it up there, grab the ball again, throw just in front of the B, team throw up there, get a 12. Again, grab ball, throw up and left, grab again, throw up and right, land here, throw team throw up, get a 12. Last time, throw up and left, up and right, land here, throw up immediately, 12. Easy bonus. So now the next part, you when I land coming out of this bonus, I hold Y and right at the same time. So when I hit the ground, I immediately roll, and you can do a full jump into this top one. In any percent, you would go under the barrel here. You're not going to be able to do that because you won't have enough speed to get a full roll to go under, so you would end up hitting this barrel. So if you just hold Y and right, jump, you'll get over. And now the rest of this is pretty much the same as any percent for a while. You still do your team throw here to throw up into this barrel. You're still going to get across these dudes. Hopefully you don't bonk. You're still going to get hit right here. Hold B, press Y. It's a super jump. But now the difference is we need to get in that bonus. So you can do it safely by kind of waiting till it's at the ground, as long as you're holding with Dixie anyway. Her hitbox is a little bigger. If for some reason you've gotten hit and Diddy's in front, you have to hit the barrel in the air because he won't make it into the bonus otherwise. But from Dixie, if you land on the barrel at the ground and hold B, you'll get in. But it's a little bit faster to try to anticipate. If you anticipate too poorly, you will do that. Yeah, I have my timing off because of the save state, but basically it's like that. You can kind of hit it in the middle of the air and make it in. The higher up it is, obviously, the more frames you'll save. This bonus is pretty easy. This one you go up right, hold left, go straight right, up right, and then at this one, at the top, you want to shoot bottom left when you're holding right. So again, I'll tell you what buttons I'm holding. But that very top one, you shoot down right instead of to the barrel on the right. So first barrel you hold right, hold left in the third, right again. I hold, so when I'm getting this one, I hold left. So again, let me try to see if I can show that again. So when I get, so I'm holding right, holding left, holding right, holding left, shoot down right, spin into the coin. Yo, Justin. Same thing again. I'm gonna show it one more time. You want to be able to get a 15 on this bonus. Holding right, shoot, holding right, shoot, holding left, shoot, holding right, shoot, holding left, down right, and roll into the coin. 15. So once you are exiting this bonus, hold left and shoot. It's very important that you shoot down and right. If you try to shoot to the left, you're going to hit the B. If you shoot straight down, you're going to get the fanfare and lose $1 billion. But by shooting down to the right, you'll end to the side, and you can jump up on the target. 1-3. Sorry, 3-1, not 1-3. This bonus is, or this stage is pretty similar to any percent. Very, very little difference. Except for at the end of the stage, we re-enter to get the bonuses at the beginning in the DK coin. Much like I do with squawks, I use the claw grip here, so that way I'm always holding Y while I swim. Thank you for the host, Skylar. And then, so I'm bonking walls, like I'm not being really careful, but we're really good, I guess. Gotta hit there. Again, don't get hit, don't bonk walls. Actually, we'll probably start this level over just to show it done a little more smoothly than this, because it is a tutorial. But since we're already here, actually, no, I can't quit. Since we're already here, I'll kind of finish it out. So something you can do here a little different. This is kind of a new strat. Actually, I need to reload this whole area. Switching underwater is so... I'm gonna just die. Switching Kongs underwater is so weird with the game saver, because when you press R and select to save, it switches your Kong. And so you want to have the Kong you don't want in front for the start of this stuff. So I just got really thrown off there. Anyway, so watch again. Don't go up that high. Don't bonk the wall there. Kind of want to aim right for this corner. I bonked again. Watch Canis's tutorial if you want to learn how to do the stage properly. He actually does a fantastic job explaining really, really optimal strats that can save a ton of time. Including like visual cues to use for every single corner, how to hold the controller, how many small jumps, how many full jumps, or how many full and small swims, I mean, what direction you need to be holding. Really, really highly recommend. So my movement's a little bit better this time through. It's still not perfect. I'm still bonking corners, but it's good enough. Well, I don't have Diddy anymore, so that at least makes this part a little easier. So anyway, what you're gonna do here is go across the scrap, go down right. I don't understand what makes that guy do that. We're gonna try to figure it out together right now. But basically, you're gonna go holding right and Y, go straight across that grap. It looks like if you turn back to the right too soon, this fish gets in your way. This is a little different from 102, or from any percent, because we're going to try to go into the bonus. Nope, the fish is still getting in my way. What's going on, buddy? We're learning together. Actually, this is a relatively new trick for me, so... Nope, if you do that, he's in your way. See if I can science this out for you guys. If you keep holding right, that happens. There, okay, that was weird. It didn't... So it looks like I pressed left up at the top of the... No, still didn't do it. Let's save a little lower. Okay, that kind of worked, actually. So I went down here, then I turned left. Okay, that actually did it. So I'm bonking the right wall, and then I go left a tiny bit. If that fish gets in your way, this might be an advanced strat, I guess. I don't know. Easier way to do this. I'm going to forget this. Somehow you can move and make that fish not get in your way. The easier way to do it is go over the top here like this. So that's the beginner strat. Just go down here, go over the top of the fish, and back under to get another bonus. I'm a little bothered that I don't know what I'm doing with this. That time it worked. That time it didn't. That time it worked. Huh. It seems like when I'm going down and bonking the right wall, it kind of gets there. Like kind of holding down right going into this gap. That's another way to do it. I've had a little bit of success with this, and this is still faster than the other way, but basically, like, if you kind of swim up there at this corner, he'll almost always get out of the way. So you come down here, swim up. That seems pretty consistent. So if you want to try this way, I recommend doing it like that. Go down, swim up, bonk the top, get in the bonus. Anyway, enough of those shenanigans. The bonuses in this stage are a little tricky. This one you can get a 29, I believe. It's all about not bonking the corners. So I bonked at the end there and got like that. I bonked the ceiling. That was good. I didn't bonk there. Could have been a 28. Yeah, I think 29 is best here. 28 is perfectly fine though, so don't be upset with the 28. There's a 29. So you follow that general movement and try not to bonk the corners and you'll get through. Coming out of this, it becomes the same as any percent again. You want to try to get up there into that. Let me say that again, because that actually is worth mentioning. I went the wrong way. So I swim up there. The reason I did that little swim up kind of right at the top is to bonk here, because then I'm going down at my fastest possible speed when I hit this corner. By bonking here, like kind of a little bit to the left of the middle, you want to be taking this corner as fast as possible. So quick swim up will do it. Ideally, you can get through and not hit that wall either, so your movement's going to be something like this. Same thing here, you want to be going up there. And then you want to be going as fast as possible at that corner too. So it's something like that. I bonked that last wall. This is what the water levels are all about, is kind of looking for little visual cues to try to optimize taking the corners at the fastest route, at the fastest angle. And that's true for all three Donkey Kong Country games in the water. Even there I had some bonks, and I still got a 29, so it's very doable. Okay, so what you want to try to do for here is you want to end up in this space. There's kind of like a one box square. If you get in there and then you're holding Y right and down, you'll get through here and that pufferfish will not explode. Let me try that again. It's a little tricky to set up. But notice that bottom pufferfish does not explode, which allows me to mash as fast as I want and get up to this barrel. If I do not make it into there, like there I bonked the ceiling, he explodes, and when you try to mash, you have to slow down. So tiny little movement there. And again, by taking the corner before that properly, you can do it. So a little difference from any percent here, where any percent you would try to do a goal swap to get to Diddy. Here we actually want to land on the barrel and then rock right onto the goal. Now we're going to go back into the stage. If for some reason you got hit and you have either solo Diddy or Dixie, go grab the DK barrel here. You do need 2 Kongs to start the next stage. And this is the fastest one to get. And so if you have Diddy in front, then you want to switch to Dixie while you're underwater because it's a faster swap. But then you come back up here, or if you have both Kongs, just go straight up to the bonus either way. So see how when you switch Kongs underwater, my Kong switch may have screwed me up. But anyway, this is in the dark because you don't have Glimmer. The route is the same and the principle is the same. You can actually like swim up through there without bonking a single wall, and you can get a 29 again in this bonus. You might even be able to get a 30 if you're really fast. But I'm very happy with the 29. So again, notice I'm kind of going to the opposite wall of whatever corner I'm about to hit, or about to pass, because I want to be moving at maximum speed when I hit that corner. So I'm like starting at the top, and there's the corner. I'm starting at the left because I want to go right. Starting at the bottom because I want to go up. Yeah, 28, it's not good. You want a 29. I do those little turnbacks there. They sometimes help me to get around the corner without bonking. I may not be able to get a 29 with the... I should though. Oh, there's a bonk. I'll try a couple more times. But regardless, you just sort of memorize the movement here. It's not a maze, so there's really nowhere to get lost. Which is nice. I think you guys get the idea. So when exiting the bonus, though, it's very, very important. There's 29. That you do not hold right, or you will re-enter the bonus. So you start going up. When you get to about here, you can hold right. You go through here, and you go up this way. And you go back left. Start select as soon as you grab the DK coin, and you're done. So the re-entering there saves the time of if you were to do it the first time through the level, you would have to go from the DK coin up here and then like swim back to go opposite, swim back through like all that stuff and out, and that would be slow. Anyways, Crackhead. So this is different right at the start. So in any percent, you would enter as Diddy, you would start rolling to the right, begin the level. Dixie, team up, immediately jump, full jump, and throw to the right. Tiny hop over this guy, roll, hover. Again, team up, big throw to the left, tiny hop over it, roll. Then you want to land kind of right about the left side, or right side of the arrow, because we're going to do something a little bit interesting. Yeah, so we're going to roll right into that B. So the easy way to do this, so if you're holding Y when you land, you might grab that chest, so that's kind of why I do a little jump, like a BY, so that I can get moving at full speed. Like, what the game wants you to do is to throw, yeah, you can't throw over both of them. You team up. The game wants you to do this. But we're not going to do that because that's too slow. So let's pause here. So I start rolling like right about this part of, if you're holding left and Y and you have full running speed, this will get you into that B. So I'll land and about right here, roll. Maybe a little bit closer. Maybe the middle of the arrow. Maybe I'm completely wrong and have no idea what I'm talking about. So anyway, you hit there, and then you hold B with Diddy. You get all the way over here. Now, do not grab the chest until you are facing right with Diddy. So I'm facing to the right, and you see that, I guess you can't see because it's invisible, but the hitbox of the chest when I press Y is going to be inside the B. So you notice I grab the other chest immediately. Jump up, hit this one. Now here, same thing. I'm going to hit that one up. And now notice the hitbox of the chest is inside the B. It grabs the DK coin immediately. If you don't do that stuff, like say you're holding Y, oops, I'm holding Y. Now as soon as I do this, the chest pops up. Say you get this bottom one first, chest pops up, that loses time. So you really want to try to get this jump all the way over, face to the right before you grab the chest. See, and there, that time I faced to the right, but I was too far away from the B. So you want to be facing right, close to the B. You do that, and it's really, really quick to get through those 4. So holding B. I was barely inside the hitbox because it was not inside the hitbox of the top B. There you go. So anyway, then you jump back over here, roll with Diddy, get this barrel, and we're going basically now just like... I was going to say just like any percent. And actually, yeah, that's just like any percent. That's pretty much what happens every time you play this game. So we'll grab that. Any percent you wouldn't grab it because you would just jump over the guy, but... Ideally, you don't grab that either. But not a big deal. So you need to keep 2 Kongs to here. So this arrow is where the bonus is. There is 1 DK barrel along the way to this point. I obviously failed to grab it. I'll show, there's pretty much only one real way to do this. So you make your web here, shoot, 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 jump, shoot. So you're going to make a web, shoot, 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 jump, shoot. You'll get a 13. I may not because my, yep, there's my 13. So it's a tiny bit faster if you shoot that one first. You can actually, I think, get a 14 by basically on the way up, do a quick wiggle to the left to get that top B. But it's just as fast to do, or it's not as fast, it's a little bit simpler to do it that way. So basically I just shoot up and left before I land. The save state has my movement off a little bit, but that's what you do in that bonus. Now what you're going to do coming out of this is immediately shoot a web, press X to dismount, and you can kill that guy and roll through. If you don't shoot the web, you have to jump over this guy, and that makes it a little more awkward because you land there, and then you can roll all the way actually over to, you can make it over to this one, but it's faster to kill the dude, roll through, grab that, and then do this. I'm actually going to die to get the music. Actually, I'm going to go back into the bonus to get the music back. I forgot to start the stupid timer again. It's so meaningless, but I wanted to know how long the timer was going to take. So we've been streaming for 30 minutes. So whatever this is plus 30 minutes. Something like that. Oh, I wanted Squitter. Anyway, so if you have Squitter, you shoot that guy, then you do that roll like I showed earlier. Otherwise, you jump over, you know, going like this. And now the rest of the stage is just any percent. Failed out of that roll, I didn't need to. Actually, it's old any percent. There's a wrong warp now in any percent, so you would never do this part in a modern any percent run. But when I made my any percent tutorial 3 years ago, whatever it was, you did the end of the stage. So go check my 80% tutorial for tips on the final part of that level. Rattle Battle's pretty similar to any percent. Nothing too significant. Again, I'm using this grip for this, so it's a little different than the claw, but basically what I like to do here is I have my pointer finger on Y, my middle finger can push B, and my ring finger can tap A. Some people still go like this because they're really good at, you know, or use the claw grip because they're really good at hitting A and B with their thumbs. I use it this way. So I go into everything about rattly double jumps and all that kind of stuff in my 80% tutorial, so there's a lot of other resources on the wiki to learn that stuff. So I'll leave that. Call out where the double jumps are relevant, but anyways. So what you want to do, actually, you want to try to not hit this guy on the way down. Like, you want to get a really full jump off the first dude over here. You're going to jump on this guy, get a really full jump, get into this pit, and arc left, and go into this bonus. But if you do bounce off the third guy right before the hole, it's not a huge deal. It just loses a little bit of time. This one is then easy. You just do some full jumps across these 3 Bs. Let go of B to do a short jump onto that one. Bonuses don't get too much easier than that one. Few ways to do this next part. So if you don't get RNG guy, let's see if I can show the best way to do it. So if you land on this guy, that's like RNG guy. You want to bounce off that guy though, and you're going to end up getting the DK coin under here. I still don't know how to manipulate this guy. They didn't know 5 years ago when I started. Do they know now? I don't know if they know now. Maybe they do. People are smart. No. But if you miss it, you bounce off that guy. Let go of jump. So if you end up doing a full jump off of the guy at the top of the barrel, like a full jump here, you're going to clear the gap, and you don't want to do that. What you want to do is land in the pit, and as long as you're holding right through this section, this is why this part's really weird. This is probably the most awkward part of this stage. But if you let go of right, you'll end up down here. So once you do that, you can either just jump, grab the coin, go in this barrel, or if you're feeling lucky, do a short hop, which is where you are holding A and tap B, let go of A, push B again. I'll do a tiny review. So I'm holding A, you get the squiggly jump. So this is a normal jump. If you tap B while you're holding A, so this is why I hold like this. So I'm holding Y and A together. I can tap B, then you can let go of A and jump again. So when you're in there, you can do a jump like that to grab the coin and get out and save the time of loading the barrel, but it saves like half a second at most. So if you don't get it, you just do that and you're fine. Do this. So you just want to get to this barrel like that, and then you do another short hop there. Correctly. Get over this guy, jump over this B. Again, you can either do a full charge if you want to get up there, or a short hop is more than enough to make it. Bouncing on that guy can do it too. Short hop. Gets in there. Or if you're feeling really good, you can do an Omega double jump to get there, which is the advanced strat. So I'm not going to go into that, but it does work with an Omega. Now this bonus is tricky. I'll show you what I do now. Actually, that's not what I... So that should have been a 32. Thanks, Moda. Appreciate it, bud. So it's something like this to get a 32. This is kind of the easy way to do this. Basically, you want to make sure you grab that top star. Don't miss that. You can get a 31 or a 32 with this, and that's kind of what you want to do. So you come over here, do a short hop there. No, it didn't do it. Is it 2 short hops? This isn't what I try to do anymore, so it's a little awkward. There's another short hop. Get up there. There it is. 32. So that's kind of one pattern. So again, I'm just doing a normal jump, normal jump, normal jump. Make sure to grab that top star. Now down here, I do a short hop, and you have to go all the way to get those stars. And then with that, another short hop will get those, and a normal jump on the right side will do it to get all of them. So normal jump, normal jump, normal jump, short hop, short hop. So 29 used to be like as optimal as it got for this bonus, so it's really been improved pretty significantly. So this what I'm doing right here is a very attainable strat. So like even with the mistake, still a 30. Now there's a little better strat which I'm going to try to do. I don't know if I fully remember it, but yeah, if you were to do that optimally, you could get probably like a 33. So get that, get that. Or is it like this? I don't know. Do the first thing I showed you. Stu made me a video with the more optimal version, but I don't remember it. So do that, get your 32, your 31, and be on your way. So what I do coming out of that bonus is go right, quick double jump. That should land you on that first guy if you don't mess up the movement. I want to show that properly. Because movement exiting and entering bonuses is always really weird. Honestly, I'm really happy with that movement. I'm just going to keep doing that rather than try to learn the other thing. So anyway, I'm hold right for one little hop, then I do a short hop, and it gets me all the way to that guy, and I'm just holding right and moving through this stuff. Let go right there. Full jumps, let go right there. Bounce off him. Pray that you get through there, which I didn't. It's good to kind of take these in segments as you practice, like from one bonus to another, start to a bonus, end to a bonus. Kind of learning the movement through each part is a kind of a good way to learn. There we go. I'm gonna do a full jump here, quick roll, jump with ditties there. If for some reason you didn't have two Kongs at the end there, there's an invisible DK barrel to the right of the bonus. So just go to the right of it, jump up. It's kind of right up in there. Now this bonus you have to re-enter. So we're going to go in here, jump straight up, and then team throw, jump into this bonus. So here what we're going to do is we're going to go jump on the first one, and then on the third tower, team up, throw up to here, and then we get the coin. A few ways this can go wrong. We're on the third tower. If you go too far and throw, you'll miss completely. If you throw straight up, that's actually pretty good. Or if you throw too far, you can sometimes end up right on the edge and then like just fall off. So you don't want to do that either. So just remember third tower, team throw to the right, and then you can get it. And you actually, since we have already completed the level, like forgetting I don't like the save state. Since we've already completed the level, you can start select your system. Just like that, exclamation point. Alright, now we're off to Black Ice Battle, which is probably my favorite level in the game. There are lots of ways to do it. So actually I'm going to start. We'll stay right here. So first thing you want to do is jump over this bee, and you're falling most of the level. If you're holding left and Y, I'm actually just going to show the stage first rather than explain everything on the way through, and then I'll, I guess, do it again and explain in a little more detail. So I'm going to roll off here, try to land on those guys, fall here, roll through him, try not to land on that gap, roll over these guys, jump to the middle, jump down, jump over hook dude, don't do that. It's in a way that's a little lower. That's why this is a hard level. Anytime I'm practicing the stage, I pretty much screw it up all the time. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'll explain to that point and do the rest after the bonus. So first thing I'm doing is I'm holding Y and right, and then you want to roll kind of right from the middle there. And what that's going to let you do is you'll go off the side. You'll just shoot right off the ledge. You can get this nice roll where you arc around. Another thing that's really important to know is if you hit a wall while you're rolling and you're holding a directional button, you will not be able to move away from the wall again. So like, I'm holding left, and I'm holding right, and nothing happens. I'm stuck. But if I'm not holding a directional button, you can come back. So here, not holding left, hit the wall, press right, and you curve. So it's important to know that, because right there, this is kind of where it matters. Like here, I'm holding right, and I bonk that wall, and I'm falling straight. I fell straight down, even though I was holding right the whole time. Like it locks your movement to the wall, basically. But if I can curve around under the wall, I can keep sliding past it and save a lot of time. Well, like I have to say, but that feels like a lot of time, and it feels more awesome. So you do this. There's that bonk again. But rolling from that middle gets you that really nice curve. If you wait till the end, you know, it's tighter, it doesn't work, or just you waste, I don't know. Yeah, that just doesn't work as well. You want to kind of start falling as soon as possible too. And if you roll too soon, you'll slide down like that. So there's kind of this like sweet spot right around that banana. So what I do then is holding B, do a full jump off that guy. Now I'm holding left tightly as I come down this wall. I did not, so Dixie's right near a point. Make sure you don't bonk on that point, fall over the ledge, and now hold left against the wall. If you do that, you should land right here, and then immediately roll and jump. Like that. And you can get through that guy and over the B. If you do any of that wrong, it's really easy to either end up hitting the guy like that, or miss your roll or something. Or sometimes if like the movement can actually end, I haven't done it in a really long time, but if you do the wrong movement falling down there, I was rolling too soon. If you do the wrong movement falling down here, you can actually hit the B like that. So I don't know why sometimes that happens, but somebody smarter than me does, I'm sure. So that's what you really want to go for. And if you're just holding left on that wall after falling from a jump off the dude, it works almost every time. Except for it doesn't, and I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me. Big dumb. That actually was pretty good too. Maybe I need to go further to the right before you push left. That seems to work. Maybe if you want to go a little bit to the right of the row of bananas before pushing left. But the easier way to do this, and what I'd recommend for beginners, just fall down straight, jump over the dudes. So then once you get to here, you can fall again. Do I fall there? Pretty sure I fall there. It's all muscle memory at this point, so I don't actually remember. Okay, I run off the ledge and I'm holding left and I do fall. But since I'm not rolling, I can press right. I don't get stuck on the wall. Does that make sense? Like, you can hold left against a wall or hold the direction and then move off the wall if you're not stuck in a roll. So I'm going to come down off here, jump over this guy, hold left, now start holding right. As soon as you're past the bee, start holding right. It's going to get you down to here, roll, jump, and you can do a full jump over those bees and clear that ledge. Now I'm going to be holding slightly left as I land. You want to land just on the inside. There's a peak right below Diddy. I want to land just to the inside of that, kind of right about here. If you roll from the top of the peak, you'll kind of go down. But if you land right here, you'll end up getting that straight roll off of the hill again. So that's what you want. You want to kind of land here so you can get a straight roll and jump over all those dudes. And then you're going to do the same thing. Hold left and land. You actually can roll there, but it's tight not to hit the walls or hit the bees, so I don't recommend it. So here we go. Do the whole first part again. So I'm holding right, roll, get the full jump. Do that, hold left. Okay. So then after you do that, you're going to land a save state down there once I'm past that again. So curve, full jump off the guy, holding left, rolling through the dude, holding the wall, now pressing right, do a roll, full roll off. Sometimes you land on that croc, sometimes you don't. Doesn't really matter. Just loses time. So anyway, I'm going to hold left and just... I'm not going to roll, actually, because I don't want to roll. So I'm going to land right here. So you can jump over these first two bees the way I do that, and there's kind of like the little overhang. I use that as a visual cue. If I hit that, that's where the second bee is. So you know that if you land just past that, you've got a safe spot. So this thing, if I notice I'm directly above that second bee, if I keep holding right, there's the safe spot just below that. Then again, same thing there, but this time you have the wall. There's a bee on the right and the left. So if you just basically position yourself so there's the space of a bee to your right, you'll end up in the middle. Right there. So it's just two little quick hops and you're through. 1, 2, and we're done. Alright, so this part's a little tricky. I'm gonna show the easy way to do it. Run left, hop over this, run, just run. Don't even try to roll. The roll is stupid. Don't learn it. So I'm just running, immediately turn and do it's like an immediate jump. So you fall, immediately turn right, and immediately hop over that. If you want to play it safe, you could do... Don't play it safe. Just fall, jump, turn right, and then just start going. The better version here is trying to roll and not bonk the wall. Like that, and then if you do that, you can do a little ceiling bonk and get over the next bee while in the same roll. It's tricky, and it's not this tricky, but I use the second banana as my visual cue. As you can tell, it's error prone. But you can jump and land right in there, and that's super fast, but that's kind of an advanced strat, so I don't recommend it. Just then fall here, and you can jump over this guy. And once again, just like before, if you do a full jump there, you can make it all the way to the pit. So full jump, middle of those guys. There you are. Then from there, once you fall through that gap past those bees, start holding left, so you land here. And once you're kind of about right here, you start holding right, and you land there. So here, you go down and you jump over that guy. I'm going to immediately start holding right, and I'm going to run. And I'm going to hug this wall. So you want to touch this wall before you start pressing left. If you do that right in kind of one smooth motion, you won't bounce off any of the crocs. So this is the normal version. Jump over the guy, I'm pointing right. It's just, something's wrong. What am I doing wrong? If you're really good with your time, you can actually make that all in one smooth motion. Okay, as soon as I hit the wall, I started pressing left. I'm trying to be dumb. Of course, if you lose Diddy at any point with here, you just have to go down and hope for the best. Not a lot to happen there. So if you don't hit that wall, you're not going to have the movement, the momentum you need. You basically want to spawn that guy and give him the chance to move to the right. That's kind of what you're doing. Just because if you end up just going straight down, you'll bounce off of him, maybe bounce that guy too, and he'll lose his time. So by tapping this wall and then just going left, you're going to do it, land. So you want to be holding B as you go down this, and you'll bounce off the dragonfly, and you'll be able to land on the barrel and grab it immediately. If you don't hold B, you'll get a little bounce, and then you may not... Do I have to hold B? I don't. You don't need to hold B. Don't hold B. Just make sure that you, when you hit this guy, you actually land on him, because you really want to get him. Otherwise, that guy's going to bonk you. He could fall off the edge, and it's just a bad day, because then you can't get the chest very easily. But then you throw this and you get both of them. This guy shouldn't be here. If you're too slow, he'll follow you, I guess. Get both of those guys, grab this chest, fall. And notice there I did a full jump, so that way, just like in the water level, I wanted to have full velocity when I hit the down point there, like right above Diddy's head, right when I hit that corner, I want the full velocity. So the jump basically makes me at my full falling speed when I hit that corner. It's a pretty common speedrun technique. Get to this one right here, then you can do the same thing, jump there. You can land straight down, you can hold left a little bit. If you hold too far to the left, you'll hit that guy. If you're too far to the right, you just waste time. So you kind of want to land about here and then do a full jump, and you can get over all three of the dudes. And then you bonk there, throw. I don't know if the throws are faster or if hitting them is faster. I throw. I'm sure somebody else knows the right answer. This bonus can be dangerous. If you mess up this bonus, you have to redo the whole stage. Or die and then go back to the midpoint. Don't mess up this bonus. The easiest way to do it is just to kind of hop to the middle of the bees. Take that back. Real easiest way to do it is just switch to Dixie. If you're just starting out, switch to Dixie. You can do a little hover. You can get a 14, and that's great. Like that's a perfectly fine time. With Diddy though, I used to land in the middle there. And these next two, you can actually do a full jump. I'm holding B the whole time. It's completely safe. So from here, just jump, completely safe. So intermediate way to do this is jump to the middle, full. Okay, I jumped way too soon. Don't do that. That's not completely safe. But if you jump from about here, it's full jump is safe. So not quite touching the bee's antenna, but just before it. If you hold foot toe far to the left, of course, you can land on the bee. Again, do this bonus in a way that you feel safe with, because losing time here, it loses a lot. The more advanced strat is you cannot do a full jump here because you'll hit the wall. So notice this is a full jump, I bonked, and then I land on that bee. If you do a short hop here, you have to get pretty close to the bee to do it though. You can clear both of these guys in one jump. So that makes it possible to finish this in a 16. Again, if you turn back too soon or if you bonk the wall, you are screwed. These are full jumps. 16. But if you do it this way, with just that one extra jump, it's completely safe. You get a 15. So that's what I'd recommend, doing the Diddy strat I just showed. Now, for the end, jump over this first guy, roll through this guy, and try to wiggle through there and make it over to here. You have to roll through this guy to be able to do it. If you hit the wall, though, you're going to not be able to, so then you're going to have to come through and jump over all the bees. It's a little more slow. So, jump over this guy, wiggle through here to not hit the walls, and then you can do a jump out of your roll and jump all the way past that bee. If you jump too late, you're going to get hit. And you fall here. There's a Canis, I think, has a tutorial about this that shows there's a way to do like a sweet roll where you like roll all the way down this, and it's awesome. I haven't learned it yet, so I'd recommend it once you land here, right here. So see, there's these icicles. They're pointing kind of right at this little ledge. I get to here and I do a roll off this ledge. So I roll, and what you can do if you do it in a smooth motion is roll past that bee on the left, and without bonking the wall, you can jump all the way to here, to the end. So this is kind of my cue to go. Just like the very beginning, rolling off the ledge gets you to there. And that works like every time. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you can still jump there safely, jump down to the side, and just jump over these. And you do want to end this level with Diddy. If for some reason you have Dixie, you will need to go back and get her in Crackhead after the level. Or go back and get Diddy, I should say, because you want to start Slime Climb with Diddy. Anyway, that is 3-1. So, Slime Climb. Quite a bit different. There's a wrong warp at any percent. In 102, there's not. So, I went into how to do this next trick in more detail at any percent. I'll go into it briefly here. What I'm going to do is roll off the edge with Diddy, swim up to the top of the water, holding up and right, press select to switch to Dixie, and keep holding up and jump out of the water before that guy eats me. Switching underwater is what we're trying to do here. It loads a super jump with, and we want Dixie to be the one to take damage. In any percent, Diddy is the one who takes damage. And Dixie's the one who rolls into the water. So the movement's a little bit different. The timing's a little different. The buttons are the same, but anyways. So I'm gonna roll from about right here, swim up, switch, hover over, get these guys. Again, roll into the water. You kind of use this thing as my cue to start rolling. Roll, swim up, switch. And you climb the rope however you need to. Hit this beetle, holding B. Now, if you did it right, you've got a super jump and you can fly forever. Oh, look, there's a bonus. We're going to use this to get into the bonus, as you might expect. Swim up, select. Again, not going to go into too much detail here because it is basically the same as any percent, so check tutorials on that for more information. Select, jump, roll. If you're not holding up and jumping when you get switched, you're gonna get hit like that, and that's death. Don't do that. It makes this really bad. This level can cost you a ton of time if you miss any of the tricks. But I'm holding up, and right about here, when I see this thing, I start holding right. So I'm going straight up. If you start holding right too soon, I'll show you what happens. So if you're holding right immediately, it actually works just fine. Am I stupid? What's going on here? Have I been doing this unnecessarily for all these years? Holding right immediately. I don't know, sometimes I've hit the dude. Like, I promise I've hit the dude in the past, so I don't usually start holding right until that thing appears. So I'm going straight up, start holding right now. If you're too late, you'll miss the bonus. I've said it a lot tonight. Don't listen to me. Just don't listen to me. Anyway, you'll get in the bonus. Okay, so here you want to try to do a couple quick hops. You want to try to get an 18 with this. This is kind of the movement. 2 climbs up the rope on each side is what you want to do. So quick, quick, quick. Grab a bunch. Quick, quick, quick. Get up there. Get that corner. That's 17. There's 18. So that's what you want to do for that bonus. It takes a lot of practice. If for some reason you fail the bonus and fall into the pits, that is possible. Come get this invincibility barrel and do that duck underwater glitch that I showed yesterday. You just slide all the way down, and about that flag is where the bonus is. This is where the stage starts to get really different from any percent. You can get back in pretty quickly. Let me actually do this because I want my file to have everything. So, you do, however, want to get the invincibility barrel, no matter what. So we do a roll through this guy, jump up, and now go as fast as you can. This is the movement. Roll off here, jump, and start swimming up. And now, when I get to the top of the water here, I'm going to do the exact same trick. Switch to Dixie, jump out, roll through this guy. So you've loaded another super jump as soon as you did that. So roll. But in 1.0, the 1.0 version of the game, remember I explained the difference on the last video. You lose your invincibility. In 1.1, if for some reason you're playing in that version of the game, you keep your invincibility. It doesn't really matter for the trick. It works either way, but losing your invincibility when that fish is there obviously is risky. So you want to get out of the water as quickly as possible. Actually, you can switch anywhere under the water, I believe, and this trick still works. Like, when I used to do this on 1.0 or 1.1, I would switch like almost immediately when I landed in the water. Not anymore. But once you've loaded that super jump, one last time we'll show the movement. Roll here. Switch. You'll get here. So this is kind of the movement you want next. Jump and hit this B right there. You'll notice I'm super jumping again. But you hit that B from the lowest point. I'll kind of pause at each jump point. So you do a jump here, jump to there. From about right here you can jump to hit this B. And then you're just holding B. Now, if you hold B and go straight up, you're going to hit this rope. You don't want to do that. It cuts off a ton of your momentum and pretty much ruins the trick. You hold left until you see the rope, and if you hold left, kind of align yourself with that post where right in front of behind the dragonfly. That way you'll go around that rope and be okay. And then you want to grab this rope as soon as possible. So once you pass that rope, you start holding right again. You'll end up grabbing this rope. It cuts out a pretty big chunk of the level. If you get hit early, you'll lose your super jump, and it's just bad news bears, so don't do that. But the sooner it's faster to jump at this point than the super jump is, so grabbing this rope as early as possible is what you want to do. So then you come up here. There's a few different ways to do this. Easiest way is to just let them get to the side, jump over. That's what I'd recommend doing at first. It's a little faster actually if you throw to the left, because then the momentum of your throw will carry you over to them. This third one, there's a kind of an interesting thing you can do. So throw at the first guy. Well, you gotta be close enough. So you grab it, jump from there, throw. The third guy, if you actually throw from like right up here, you can jump on top of him too. If you can make it into that cannon. So you throw from like right here, you'll land on the guy, then you can jump into the cannon. I'm going to try to show that. But you have to throw from the left side of the post. Otherwise, you might not make it into the cannon. But that saves basically landing on that platform and having to kill the dude. If you throw from the right side, it can still make it. But this is a decent strat. So 1, 2, holding B, full jump, bounce off. You can get in there. The advanced strat has a little moonwalk, so you do throw, face right. For some reason, that lets you skip the guy and go into it. I don't really understand why that works, but it does. But what I recommend you guys learn at an intermediate level is this. This bonus isn't too hard either. So you just kind of basically, I threw Dixie up and right there, and I'm gonna land on this dragonfly. My setup might be wrong here, but I'm gonna then hold. You want to land on the dragonfly's head, do a full jump while holding up and right. I was not doing a full jump. If you do it right, you will land here. That's where you want to be, right here. Yeah, my save state's not going to let me do it, but that's where you want to be. So then you'll end up grabbing this one, and then you do there's a couple ways to do this. So just land and throw. It's kind of the easiest way. That'll get you a 16 or a 17. But you can actually jump before you throw, and then the momentum of your throw will carry you up. That can get you an 18 if you manage to get this first jump correct. So jump, throw, jump, throw, jump, throw. So again, by jumping before you throw, the momentum of the throw carries you up, just like it did when we were throwing the cannonballs at the dudes. So that's quite a bit faster. But easiest way, just land, throw, get the dudes. Okay. Okay, a couple different ways to do this. Is it the throwing left or throwing right? Yeah, I think, so you go up here, you throw left. If you do that, you'll have Diddy in front. So you definitely want to throw right. What is the movement here? I don't do this anymore, so that's the right movement. So actually, you would do a Kong swap then. So you do this. And by throwing to the left, you let yourself get another roll. Like, you want to be able to roll through all three of those guys. That helps you go really fast. But then you're going to have to do a Kong swap in the next level. That's the easiest way to do it, though, because you're invincible. So if you don't mind doing a Kong swap in the next level, you do that. But faster is just roll through these guys, swim up right there, switch to Dixie. You do the Kong swap underwater. What this does is this saves you the time. So that's my visual cue. I switch right at that post. This saves you. First off, it does the Kong swap underwater, which I think is a little bit faster. And you don't have to spend the time throwing to get the invincibility barrel. But if you're a beginner or intermediate, do that. It's pretty risky you don't want to get hit here. This is consistent and fairly safe, but if you're still just learning, you don't necessarily want to do that. That's Slime Climb. Very different from 80%. World 3, level 6. Pretty similar to 80%. Route through the beginning of the level is the same. Dixie in front is critical here. having 2 Kongs is very important. There is a DK barrel at the beginning, which I'll show you where it is in case you need it. Yeah, Dixie in front is pretty important. But if you need it, and you have Diddy or Solo Dixie, up here is the DK barrel, so grab that. If you need to, Dixie's definitely preferred. You can work on these quick shots. There's one. There's one. That's probably one of the hardest. I think that is the hardest one. Okay, so let me actually load this. Oh no. Shoot, I screwed it all up. Never mind. Let me go back and get Dixie, because it's that important. And this is not the right level to get Dixie. Alright. Okay. Got too fancy with my save states. Tried to show stuff I shouldn't have tried to show. Okay, so at 102, this barrel is completely different. Whereas in any percent, we would shoot up and follow the bananas there. Here we want to shoot directly to the left. Now it is very important that before you take damage, you are holding no buttons. After you take damage, well, you can hold Y, but don't hold B or a direction. It will mess up your movement. Shoot straight to the left, and then after you get hit, hold Y, left, and B. If you're holding B, let's not be done. Diddy might jump into that barrel and it ruins everything. What we're trying to do here is take a damage boost to get to the bonus really quickly. See, I was holding B that time and I jumped, and B and left, and I jumped into the barrel. By waiting until after I get hit, you can go past it and you're fine. You do a little roll, get to this bonus really quick. Here's the route through this bonus. Quick shot, to the right, to the right. Quick shot. You should get a 29. I'll show. No, that's just what you do. I'm not going to show the route through the maze to get there. I leave that as an exercise to the reader. If you make a mistake and don't get into this bonus the other way, then that's slow, and then that's your punishment, and you'll learn the right way to do it next time. Lord knows I have done that the wrong way many, many times and failed and had to figure out how to get into that bonus. It is just along the any percent route, so if you know any percent, it's not too bad. But it's just it feels so bad, man. Like to lose there. Again, here's the movement through this. That's a quick shot. 2 quick shots in this. Get a 29. So that was a quick shot right there. But I missed it. If you get the quick shot just right, you can get into that top right one right away. Like that. Regardlessly, you want to end up over here, and just like in any percent, you will wiggle around that barrel. See, this barrel has to turn like a full 270 degrees before, so that's why the quick shot saves a bit of time. But you're going to do the same thing here. You do in any percent, you're going to go around this barrel. Don't shoot up there. But difference here from any percent, you will not do the damage boost through the B because you just got Dixie back. But this is also why you needed Dixie in front at the beginning, so that Diddy's in front at this point to set up for Vine Clip. Vine Clip's exactly the same in 102 as it is in any percent. We'll talk about that elsewhere. But here, instead of keeping to the right, we go to the left. Land in this hole. You're gonna end up with squawks. If you got hit, like you had to do backup vine clip or something, you can get this DK barrel. Otherwise, the DK coin is way up here. Shoot this guy. Go under these guys, over this, over that guy, and down into this barrel. Movement here is a little tricky. You really want to try not to hit the brambles. It's safe to touch the brambles with Diddy and Dixie, not with squawks. 16 is good. That was a 15, but that's the movement. Just do it better and you'll get a 16. Here, you can do this a couple ways. Either go all the way to the side and then walk over and switch to Dixie. Can you switch if you go to the side? Don't go straight down. Yeah, you can do a select to switch there. But what you really want to do is bounce off that guy. So if you're holding left when you land in here, you'll go straight down. You can switch that way. Like as soon as it's facing down and left, you can land on that guy, go over. If you're with Diddy, you don't have to hold jump coming off this guy. You'll be fine. If you're with Dixie, you will have to hold jump bouncing off this guy. Either way, whether you go to the right or the left, goal swap, and you'll have Dixie in front. Oh, World 3 is long. World 3 is very long. So the boss is exactly the same as oh, I totally forgot. Yo, Oglib with the raid. Good timing for the raid. 13:02:56. This is an epic gamer moment, if there ever was one. That is some fast 101%ing, my friend. Real moments. Fantastic. You rated at the perfect moment when I'm not doing any educating, because this is exactly the same as any percent, so there's nothing to teach. Plenty of other videos about this guy. Soon, TM, nice. I've made it possible for 102-2019 to still be a thing for you, Glib. Finally here. Alright, let's see if we can get through World 4. I'm going to try to move a little faster through World 4. Because that was ridiculous. That was very slow. World 3, I did not expect to have that much detail, but it is what it is. Beginning of World 4 is the same. Same as any percent. At least the Dixie route is. Much like Glibber's Galleon, there are bonuses at the start here that we're skipping. First minor difference is coming up here, where I messed that up a little bit. I'm not going to get that. I'm just going to bounce off without holding the DK barrel. Get Squitter. This movement's all the same. Get this if you want. It doesn't really matter. But here's where it starts to get a little different. Whereas you would set up for Scrolly Scroll in any percent. We don't do Scrolly Scroll in 102. So I'm going to kill both these bees. We'll keep Squitter. And in 3 webs, you should be able to make it around this corner. So a short hop there where you kill the bottom one on the way up, the other one on the way down. Then you can start your web platform. Gets you around this corner. Get these guys. So no scrollish will. This is where you will get Dixie back if your movement is good. Holding left to get over to the edge. Shoot right there. Platform that bee, so shoot from this platform again, and now you can shoot down. You go down in there. It is very important that you kill this bee. If you do not kill this bee and for some reason, or you lose Squitter along the way, and he falls down in there, it is very difficult to get out of this pit with Squitter, and you do need him to get to the next bonus. So get to this point with Squitter still alive and this bee dead, no matter what. On your way down, kill these two. Way on web, jump all the way over. Easy. Something we used to do, we used to go here and like jump off the, like Yoshi off of Squitter to get the DK coin like this. But then you have to land on your web and then re-land on Squitter. It actually turned out that it's faster just to go 1, 2, this. So I'm going to show that whole Squitter section again. Short hop, get those, 3 webs. Kill those guys. So I shoot this web at like the peak of my jump, and that kills that bee. If you wait till you're down here, you'll probably miss the bee like I did the first time through, but get them there. And shoot another web on the ground right here. That web will kill this bee. This web will kill one of those dudes. Then you want to get that guy on the way down. Get both bees if you can. 1, 2, you're down. Okay, so this one here. Holding left. A couple ways to do this. Easy way is to make 3 webs. Get that guy. That's what I'd really probably recommend. I was in the wrong spot. One, 2, 3. That's the easy way. Slightly harder way is to do 2 webs and jump over that guy. That adds the risk of getting hit like I just did there. Hey Kirby, what's up, dude? You want to be really close to the bee to be able to do that. To get over that way. That's what most of the good players do. I do something a little different. I shoot up and right, actually, right before I jump off. It just gets rid of the bee. It might lose me a couple frames, but it's worth it to me to not risk getting hit. So this will be your intermediate strat. Up and right, jump off there. And much like the other bonuses where we've lost Squitter, where you lose your animal buddy, 3 webs is what you want to make up, or use to make it up to the top in that bonus. Easy way, just land, and then get up here, 3 webs, shoot this guy, get these guys out of your way. Nothing hard about that. There's a much harder way that looks like this, that lets you get up in 2. You have to like buffer an input and do your jump from the edge of a web, and then like shoot the guy from the web. So I don't recommend learning that at first. No reason not to do 3 webs when you're starting out. So you can kill as many of these guys as you want. It's possible to get all of them. See, if you try to do the advanced strat and you're slow on buffering your jump, you're gonna get hit by those guys. Like that. So shooting from right here will get one of them. Shooting again from down there, and then you can make it past this. Shoot here to get that guy, and then do a full jump. Yeah, didn't even try to make this a platform. So you'll do a full jump from here, and then you want to like from the very edge of your web. So you want to be kind of like, let me see if I can show this. With Squitter, you can stand kind of like, so you can get pretty far before he actually falls. Like, that's pretty far. You want to basically jump at the last moment. And of course, if you do fall, just jump off with Diddy, hit X, and dismount. But if you jump at this last moment, you'll be able to get your web far enough to the left that you can bonk on this ceiling. See, that's what happens if you don't bonk. Like, you'll get hung up and you'll have to dismount there and grab the hook and jump off, and it's much slower. You really want to try to get a little further out than that. Like that, and then you can dismount and land like almost next to the sign. However you end up over here though, you'll get up to this point, you can jump off from the bottom of that left honey with Diddy and land on the goal and be safe. Re-enter, and then team up, go here. If for some reason you have only one Kong, you can go grab this DK barrel, team up, throw, go around here, get the first bonus. And this is 5 jumps, so basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, your first jump is from the ground to the honey, next 3 are there, your final jump is off to the right to grab the coin. Should be fairly quick. Then you throw up here, and you go into this bonus, which is also fairly straightforward. The start select on this one can sometimes be a little bit tricky, so I go to the left because there's times where if I'm waiting for the coin to fall on me, it's harder to like judge the timing, but if I go a little bit to the left, I can time it a little better. So you can get a 12 or a 13 on this bonus, but when you grab that coin, start selecting, you're out. Next level is pretty much the same as any percent, as you might expect. There are 2 bonuses here. One of them is a little bit harder than the other, and both of them are very bad to miss, so definitely do not make sure to not miss them. This stage is in a large part why I'd say it's not the wisest to play any percent and 102% at the same time. Like, be working on both, because you'll probably forget where the bonuses are or aren't. Anyway, so we're gonna go after that X, we're gonna go down and then up a little hill, and then on the way down here is where we jump to that bonus. Easy to do, but again, if you're used to not doing it in any percent, it's a problem. So you're gonna grab Squawks here, you're gonna kill this bee, this bee, this bee, this bee, this bee, this bee, this bee. There is another bee over here, we're not going to kill that one. So top left bee, we're not gonna get. This top left bee we will, and the reason for that is the way that the game calculates that you've completed or got all the enemies is it actually counts number of items or entities removed from the level. Bananas right there, those are entities. So as soon as we grab them, it thinks we got all the enemies. So those are the ones we want to get. So again, it looks something like this. So if I wasted a little bit of time at the start with my jumping around trying to set up the save state, but you can get like a 23 or 24 in this bonus. A lot of times I won't even see the bee get hit. This bonus is one of the ones that I need to most work on. But a lot of the times I won't even see the bee get hit. I don't think I hit that last one. I'll just hear it. So yeah, I missed that one. You gotta be sure. So that's where I'll lose a lot of time here. If I try to go too fast, you end up missing, and you go slow. But anyways, those are the bees you want to get. However you need to. That's the order you want to get them into. So however you need to do it, do it. But you can get like a 23. Rest again, same as any percent now. DK coin in there. You can kind of see it flashing a little bit. I almost forgot to mention it because I grab it just so naturally. Even in any percent, a lot of times this is the first DK coin you might grab because it's on the way and doesn't lose any time. So be sure not to miss it. This guy's going to throw 2 barrels and follow him down. So you see he's still on a track down there, so you know you're safe. And you get to this next one. So this next bonus is called the slow 1, 2, 3, 4 bonus because we're going to jump 1 time, 2 times, 1, 2, and then we get some long track, 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, we get some long track, 1, 2. You jump too soon, that'll happen. Don't do that. That's creepy. Oh, dude, that's a fun sound effect. Actually, I don't get a 23 in this bonus. I get like a 22 or a 21. So that was actually a good object lesson there, that bonus is failable. So after the N, I think, is where the DK coin is. Yep, after the N. It is possible to miss these guys if you jump too soon, so be careful. Actually, I'm not going to make it all the way through World 4. I'm going to probably call it after the next level. World 3 and 4 are long, but I'd rather give it proper attention instead of like just skipping out on stuff. Anyway, so that's that bonus. And the rest of it is easy, same as any percent. But you do get the G in 102, so you get all the Kong letters, which is great. Also, I probably taught you guys in my any percent tutorial how to do swag balloon. You have to hold right when you jump off the dude. It's just part of the game. You have to actually push the button. Of course, they started talking about swag balloon and I died. This level took like 4 minutes longer than it should have. Got the point already, but I jump anyway because it's what I do. This is the any percent route. If for some reason you also die in this stage, your run is dead, but at least you can keep playing for the shame of it. Anyways, in any percent tutorial, I probably taught you how to get swag balloon. I retract that teaching. Don't get swag balloon. Just say no to swag, guys. It's not worth it. Nobody's trying to impress anybody here. There's plenty of other balloons. Alright, Bramble Scramble. Quite a bit different from 102 as well. So we'll end this session after this level. Yeah, I don't have say no to swag. There's the emote, do I? I only have old swag balloon emote. I need to fix that. Need to fix that so good. Anyways, because you take the wrong warp in any percent now, and I'm pretty sure that's what I taught in any percent tutorial. But here you're gonna come in, you're gonna roll, do the same moonwalk. All this stuff is the same. That's also the same, because that's how these things go. Jump up the rope. But here you're gonna team throw up, get the invincibility barrel, and then roll off the ledge, jump to this thing, roll off that guy, land on this banana, jump over the top. I'll show that again. Roll off the ledge, jump to this vine, roll over to the middle there, jump to the top. And roll, jump to there, roll, jump. Then this bonus is harder than the one we just did, but here's the movement you want to follow. So these two squawks bonuses in 4-2 and 4-3 are very hard. and will improve your squawks movement significantly if you spend a lot of time practicing them. Good players can get a 27 there easily. I'm usually happy with like a 25. Anyway, the only real tricky part, well, that part can be a little tricky. You want to hit that B. You shoot from right where those stars are and follow it down. It's going to hit that B, and then you just go across the bottom. If you go too fast here, you're going to get hit on that B. So you want to, I kind of hesitate a little bit, and I hold down, basically, and like I push B down and shoot kind of at the same time. Or B, yeah. Basically, you want to shoot when you're like right facing this guy. It's even easier just like grab him and shoot. And just kind of move like slowly through it. Regardless, though, this is the movement you want, or the pattern. Like you can get that one on the far left there from these stars. Like there's always a cue for when to shoot. And it's usually when you're collecting a set of stars, you can shoot at another B. Yeah, see, I'm at those stars there, 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 and I'm at these stars here. So usually just use that. And 25, I'm super happy if I get a 25 in that bonus. Sometimes it turns into like a 22 and it feels really bad. Anyways, now we're flying through here. This part's a little bit tricky. You really don't want to get hit. If you do in that first section, there is a DK barrel there. But just get through that first section kind of however you can. And then fall down here on the left side. You don't need to worry about any of this danger on the left. But then here's where you're going to want to turn. After you pass those red Bs, you're going to kind of turn to the right and start shooting. It's possible to get through like all those. If you just kind of shoot when you can, you're going to be able to just get all four of those guys that are in your way with like no problem. I don't really even have a cue. When you shoot from kind of like right there isn't very helpful. I'll pause. Like there's a corner there right above where I am. It's a funny face. You can see kind of the corner of the brambles. I was too low, so I'm gonna miss here, but if you shoot from a little higher than where I am, you'll get that cannonball out of your way. That's what you want to do. If you go left too soon, you'll get hit. Now you do not want to get hit under any circumstances. Do not lose a Kong. Again there. Easy way to do this is go up on the left, shoot this one, and now there's a couple ways to do this next part. You can either wait for this guy and then hit that the same way. That's kind of what I'd recommend if you're beginning, because you don't want it can be a little tight to try to squeeze in there, but the faster way to do it is to squeeze there. But like if you're not careful, you can indeed get hit. So whichever way you do it, you stop right here. Do not cross the sign. Thanks, Hicks. I appreciate that. Maybe we can get you running it too. That's, what am I saying? So that if you go too late, you're going to get hit. So again, safer way is do this. Stop right here. What you want to do now is go straight up, and we're going to hug the very top bramble. So you're going to get hit, and you're going to hug the top and use the invincibility frame so you can touch the bramble on the ceiling and get across the sign while it is scrolled off the screen. So I'll save here. So I'm mashing B. I'm still mashing B, and I'm touching the top. So you've got a decent amount of time, but if you go down, the sign will come back on the screen. Or if you don't go all the way up, the sign will come back on the screen, and you'll lose squawks, and the whole thing's for nothing. But if you're holding up and mashing B, you can get around the sign and be fine. And then you can lose them again. But so mashing B, holding up, coming down. It's called signpost skip. And what we win with that, grab this if you want, is we can do this section without Squitter. We can do it with squawks, which is quite a bit faster. If you feel like you need sim safety, get this DK barrel. So, and it's really important that you're going straight up. If you start at an angle, you're gonna, or if you start too far away, like it won't scroll off in time. Like notice how when I'm over here, the screen doesn't scroll up until too late. Like you're basically on top of the sign before it starts scrolling off. But if you're right next to it, it scrolls off, you're good. So those are things that can go wrong. You need the safety. So this little bramble right there, there's this yellow spiky thing poking out. That's kind of where the ground is. So as long as you get squawks over that, you'll be okay. So that's how you know where to go in. You get this, and then either get the DK barrel for safety, or just go around here and hug this nice and tight. If for some reason you get squitter and you need squitter through here, you'll do it this way. Something like this. It's quite a bit slower. I don't remember the fastest way to do it, because there is no fastest way to do it, but you can still get the DK barrel with squitter if you need it. Like if you fail signpost skip, then you'll have squitter. It might not be a bad idea to grab this. When you're beginning, actually, I would say it's definitely smart to grab that DK barrel, because the next part is a high risk of death until you're comfortable. So grab the DK barrel up there. And then here, what we're going to do is we're going to drop off, and you have to wiggle after hitting the second guy. So if you just try to jump, you're almost always going to get hit. Like that. This is, so if you're a beginner, do this. Kill him, wiggle left, jump over and like hover, take your time. Just get over that. That is a very difficult thing to do quickly. But if you do a really quick left-right wiggle, you can slow down your momentum enough to start again and kind of reposition yourself to get over. This is why I'd recommend getting 2 Kongs, because that is a hard jump to make. And then you just keep moving through here. And also this part, with only 1 Kong, is a bit scary. You'll fly through here. If you mash really, really well, you can get up before these guys do. Otherwise, if you're not fast enough, like you're going too slow, you'll have to kind of wait for them. So I'll show that part again. Go too far left there, you're dead too. Lots of ways to get dead. This stage can kill, just like any percent, it can kill 102 runs. It's definitely one of the top 5 hardest in the game. So mashing really fast to get ahead of these guys. Here's another difference that we're about to come on between the Japanese and English versions of the game. This is another reason it's slightly faster to run the 102 version on Japanese, because there are fewer bees in this part of the level. Like this section is much more crowded on the US version. I don't know why the difference, but those 3 bees are the ones who are in your way. The ones to the bottom here, actually you can skip that guy, so you can get through just getting those 2. But I usually end up getting the 3 because it's just kind of how the movement goes. And now you can see how I can touch the bottom with Dixie, no problem. Just don't let Squawks touch the Bramble. And so what I do is kind of right about this point, I start going up and right. You want to kind of hug this Bramble. And now see this guy here? This is your safe spot. If you start going directly to the right at that point, you can get under, and you're moving fast enough, you can get under all those bees. Like that. And then make sure you fly up above the brambles to get those bananas, because otherwise you'll stay low enough that you'll get hit with Squawks. But this trick is actually much easier than I used to think it was. I basically just use that yellow spike as my visual cue for Squawks, and if you're holding just the right button, he touches the bramble and just goes up. No problem. Works every time. It's really, really easy. So fly to here, and I'm mashing, so it goes fast, but if you're not careful on the end of it to keep mashing, you can get hit. You really want to keep both Kongs here because you want to do a goal swap at the end of this level. But again, just using, I'll show which one I'm talking about again, this right here. If you just, once his head gets to this point, just start holding right, you'll make it through. If you have one Kong and you aren't feeling, or you aren't feeling brave, like I'll go for this even with one Kong at this point, like if I got hit, because it just, it's free. But it is a little nerve-wracking if you're not comfortable with it, or if you haven't done it enough to feel like it's free. What you can do is just wait. You'll get hit that way too, because that's what this game does. But just kind of hang out. It loses a little bit of time, but honestly, you're almost to the end of Bramble Scramble, so just finish. And now just run along the bottom. I'm touching the bottom just fine. Go under those dudes. Really easy. Nothing to worry about. As long as you're touching the bottom, you will go under them. If you have Diddy, or if you have Dixie in front, just run off the ledge. You won't get hit, and do a goal swap. If for some reason you have solo Diddy because you got hit, then you're going to want to do a jump and try to like land here, like same kind of deal that I've talked about, where you want your velocity to already be as fast as possible when you're taking the corner. So you'll kind of do a roll jump here. But ideally you got around there with Dixie, so you'll get hit. Do not roll, because if you roll, you'll have to jump, and that's going to waste time. Otherwise, she'll have that little delay. So just run off the edge, push select. I might have lost my airborne status because of all the monkeying around, I guess. So I'm just going to run off the edge, push select, and finish the level. So that's 1-3. That's Bramble Scramble. We will pick that up next time with the rest of World 4, get into World 5. Probably that I would expect, so this is actually going to turn into a 4-parter. Dang. Rest of World 4 is hard. You get Clobber Carnage, which there's 2 different ways to do it. There's an advanced way that I'll give a little bit of discussion about. There's an easier way, which I don't remember, so I'm going to have to try to like relearn it while I'm showing it. And then World 5 is quite difficult, even though it's fortunately shorter, and we won't do the Lost World level there. But that'll make that next video, and then I'll finish with World 6 and 7 another day. But for now, thank you guys for watching. Glib, thank you for the host. Best of luck to not the Vikings. And with that, everybody, God bless, take care, and hope to see you next time.